Hey guys, welcome back. Stay tuned for the rest of this video to see how I melt this HD lace and how I lay baby hairs to achieve this very natural and effortless look.
Get a yacht, yeah. See a Benz na the mark, God know I'm one. Man, remember days when I only me face my fall. Me never got no rich uncle for call, pan. Man, roll it out, Jordan. Remember when we just I do this, the whole of them they laugh. The whole of them they laugh. Never see we struggle, them only see the flaws. No the guild of them out and a bruv them a bruv.
Right guys, so here I have a custom made deep wave frontal unit made by me, hair provided by the Mona label on Instagram. This is the HD lace. The lace frontal length was 18 inches. The bundles went from 20 inches, 22 to 24. Right, so off camera, I combed back all her baby hairs and I cleaned her forehead with alcohol on a cotton ball just to get rid of any oils or product that may be on her forehead, whether that's the edge control or any oils that she may use. Right, so I like to place my glue in dots across the hairline so that I'm not using too much product and I don't get a bit too friendly with the glue and start applying too much product, because you want to apply a thin layer and make sure it dries. The thinner the layer, the quicker it dries and the better the melt basically. I recommend to wait for the glue to dry. Even though a lot of people say it doesn't matter, I do recommend to wait for the glue to dry clear. Then again, when I do lay my own lace, I don't wait. I ain't got time for that. But yeah, like it just makes it look more presentable. Like it saves you running into any trouble after of like glue getting into the hair and stuff like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, just wait. After about 4 to 5 layers of your lace adhesive, depending on how long you're going to keep the wig on, the more coats, the more secure. I like to place the lace, just the lace, not the whole wig, just the lace on the parts where I've applied the lace glue. I then get her to hold the lace into the glue on either side of her forehead. Bear in mind, the ear tabs have not been glued down yet. This is just the top of the wig, and the wig hasn't been placed on the back of her head yet. This is just the lace into the front. Using the comb to press the lace into the glue is essential to make sure there's no lace rolling back and there's no frayed end standing up. After the front section is secured, I pull down the back of the wig so that it's secure at the back. I then go into the sides and apply the glue the same way I did to the front. I like to go all the way round and near the top of the ear to make sure it's extra secure and your ear tabs are just not flying away. That's not cute. Now I'm going to apply the same amount of glue I did to the front, to the sides on either side. If you're wondering why there's like baby hairs already sectioned out and cut and whatnot, is because we installed this wig a couple days ago. We just wanted to get some more content, so she came back so I can do some other styles on using this unit. Ignore the movement in the back. Also, my living room come like a hair salon because my little brother's getting a trim in the background. You know, trying to look fresh during quarantine always. I even need to get my nails did because this is a sight for sore eyes. Oh, wait me. Star House nails, I'm coming. Now I'm going to very carefully pull the sides of the lace frontal into the glue. And I'm going to use the comb at the same time to press the lace into the glue. Please be very careful when pulling the HD lace because it can tear. Like, this lace is so delicate, it's unbelievable. Because this hair texture was very whoa, hold up. Because this hair texture was very similar to her natural hair texture, we decided to add a few highlights to just, you know, add a different kind of look. You know, summer vibes in quarantine. This hair bleached so good, like it, yeah. I don't even think this was the highest it could bleach. I just didn't want it to go any higher. I bleached and toned the highlights with purple shampoo and purple conditioner, you know the drill. Now that the wig is semi-secure on both sides, I go in with my Got To Be spray. Got To Be spray is a lifesaver. Like, obviously, you don't so much need it for a HD lace, but with transparent lace, light brown lace, etc., etc., sometimes when you apply the glue, it could give off like a white kind of flashback. What I call it, flashback anyways. And any hairspray really will just take away, like, period, disappear, gone. Yeah, and I lay it and I tie it with the elastic band, and this is how it looks. She preferred the dry, puffy, big look. I think it's really nice, really big, fierce look. Now I'm going in with my hot comb, and I'm hot combing the roots, the hairline, etc. Hot combing it all back, making sure it's sleek. Even when you have curly hair, no matter what, like, the front just needs to be sleek, laid flat, period. If that's not enough for you, you can achieve a more sleek and flat look. Whilst you're hot combing, you could use a wax stick from Care, or you can use any sort of like Dax or wax, and it will just help it lay flatter and give it a sort of shine. I've used both these products and would recommend both of them, as they both give a very strong hold, yet very manageable. So you can still hot comb through it, you can still comb through it, you can brush through it, you name it. Here's a close-up of how the lace and the hairline looks after I've taken off the elastic band. I like to go in and pluck a little bit more, just to diffuse the hairline a bit. I don't really like where some bits are like more bulkier than, not bulkier, but more like uniform than others, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just going and doing a bit more plucking there. As I said before, I will do a video more detailed on how I pluck and how I cut the lace, how I cut baby hairs, etc. This is just what we're dealing with for now, okay? Now I'm just hot combing and hot combing till that kingdom come. Notice how the hairline is not uniform, like there's not parts where it's more dense than others, and it just resembles a more natural hairline. Here I'm going in with the Dax, and I've just applied it to the hairline, and I'm just combing back the hairs so there's no stray hairs. And now for my favorite part, some baby hairs. So now I'm going in with the argan oil hair mousse. I got this from Superdrug. I can't remember how much it was, but yeah, this process can be very frustrating for some if you don't practice, I guess. I only just recently learned how to use the mousse. Before I was using spritz or gummy or Gots to Be, but I feel like the mousse gives that more effortless look, kind of like it's not too harsh, if that makes sense. This process can be very long. I would say practice first, because like when I first started using mousse, I was using it and the lace was lifting because I was just moving too slow. When you're using the mousse, you don't have a lot of time, you have to move quick, otherwise the lace will start to lift. Also, with the baby hair process, you'll find you have to add hairs, take away hairs, etc. to get the right look. Different baby hairs suit different people. So yeah, I've learnt from my mistakes. If you're not going for the more exaggerated baby hair look, the thinner the baby hairs, the more natural it looks. You can have loads of baby hairs across the whole hairline, but as long as they're thin, you're good to go. also, as well as applying the mousse to the baby hairs, apply the mousse to the hairline so that when you are swooping the baby hairs, you can mold the hairline to just move in the same direction, because you don't really want swooped baby hairs and it's just not matching the hairline, if that makes sense. So you can see here I'm swooping the hairline as well as the baby hairs. And we're back at it again with the elastic band just to set everything in place. And now the elastic band is off. This is how it's looking. I like to go in with, some people, you can keep your baby hairs like this, but I like to go in with my edges brush and just comb through everything so it looks a bit more natural and a bit more fluffy. This is key to more natural looking baby hairs. It's also key that you keep the elastic band on for a decent amount of time. I'd say from 10 to 20 minutes. The longer, the better. If you set the baby hairs for long enough, you should be able to brush through the baby hairs or cut the baby hairs a bit shorter to the desired length without them changing their shape or form. Here we decided to go with side parts, so I've parted the hair and I'm now hot combing the part so it's a bit more sleek. We did do quite a few hairstyles with this look. If you want to check it out, check out my page, StylingWithSk on Instagram. For this look, we was going for a bit more of a summer vibe. Y'all know I had to freeze frame because get into that scalp right. Right, so we decided to add these 2 roses just for a pop of color and to add to the summer vibes. You know the vibes, come on. Yeah, don't come for me, a bit cheesy or whatever, but you know, it looks cute, so don't come for me. So now I've gone in with the Got To Be spray and I've sprayed the hairline just to add a bit more body into the side part, because she likes, as I said, she likes the hair quite big. You can also use Got To Be spray at the end of your installs to get rid of any flyaways. And yeah, so this is how we're looking. Hope you liked it. To see all the other hairstyles you can achieve with this unit, go check out my page, StylingWithSk. I'm also now taking bookings and I now have a sale on until the 1st of July. Get £20 off your next frontal install. Get booking now. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.
Remember when we just do this, the whole of them they laugh. The whole of them they laugh. Never see we struggle, them only see the flaws. No, they kill them out and I brush them up.